much, Congressman Paul, for arranging this gathering. I think when Ralph Nader, Cynthia McKinney, Chuck Baldwin, Bob Barr agreed with Congressman Paul on this major area of 4 policies: foreign policy, against illegal wars, militarization of foreign policy, and all the perils that the nuclear arms race presents to the world. When they agree on stopping the violation of privacy that's involved in the Patriot Act, FISA, and the Military Commissions Act, in all its fundamental depth, that right of privacy is the core of our constitutional protections. When they agree that the national debt is so out of control, it has become a mechanism to finance on the backs of our children and grandchildren illegal wars of aggression, such as in Iraq, and it reduces whatever restraints there are on the vast expansion of corporate subsidies, because everything can be tapped into the deficit. Postpone decisions. Let our children and grandchildren take the burden. When we can agree that the Federal Reserve is basically the first outsourcing of the federal government, the central banking function is funded entirely by bank fees, not by congressional appropriations, and basically is the core presence in our financial system in the government by the bankers and other financial institutions. And when we agree there needs to be a crackdown on corporate crime and fraud, law and order for these runaway corporations that have looted and drained trillions of dollars in worker pension funds and small investors and workers, I think that's the beginning of a realignment of American politics. I think all of these subjects represent a crisis in our constitutional form of government. Our Constitution can always be interpreted differently by Supreme Court justices. But what we're concerned about goes way beyond that. Our Constitution, in its different parts, is being disregarded, violated, nullified, or twisted out of any semblance of people disagreeing over its interpretation. The Declaration of War Authority is done with. Equal protection is shrunken to almost an invisible level. The Takings Clause, eminent domain, there are no limits in our government on that, other than what the executive decides it to be. The Bill of Rights have been violated seriously. And there are people in this country who have been incarcerated without charges, denied the sacred writ of habeas corpus. Wars are being declared, and Mr. Bush and Mr. Cheney have basically said, in their judgment, they can decide wherever they want to send troops, whenever they want to send troops, for whatever reason they want to send troops all over the world. Our founding fathers generated our revolution to make sure that after they expelled King George III, there would be no King George IV. The signing statements that Congressman Paul referred to are unlawful. They're a violation of our Constitution. The American Bar Association itself, a very conservative bar association of 400,000 lawyers, sent Mr. Bush an unpublicized, unfortunately, white paper that basically said, your signing statements are violating our Constitution. When we come together like this, we can confidently say that a majority of the American people support these positions. based on existing polls and our belief that if they would poll some of these issues, the majority of the people would support us. I think the media has to reassess the way it covers presidential campaigns, the way it rubber stamps that exclusive corporation, the Commission on Presidential Debates, that keeps everyone off the stage except the two major party nominees. I think the media's got to stop wallowing in trivia, the latest being Lipstick Gate, or what it is, Lipstick Gate. It's demeaning to the media, it's demeaning to the American people, and it's demeaning to our status in the world to engage in increasing trivial focus on exchanges between candidates or gaffes or slip-ups of one form or another. I think also we have to reorder our symbolic adherence. The flag, I've always thought, can take care of itself. It's never designed to be a bandana or a gag in one's mouth, stifling free speech, or a shameful cover-up of criminal recidivists in the White House who deserve to be impeached on 5 distinct, multiple grounds. We must always remember the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag ends with those wonderful words, quote, with liberty and justice for all. But as long as we're dealing with symbols, I prefer to put next to my lapel the Constitution. The flag can take care of itself, but we have to take care of the Constitution. And on September 17th, which is Constitution Day, highlighted by Senator Robert Byrd's legislation to try to have people all over the country congregate to understand and learn what our Constitution means, what it must mean, and how it must be observed, we are asking people to send us their pledge to the Nader Gonzalez ticket to support candidates who will defend in very meticulous ways the Constitution and the great promise that still lacks fulfillment, which is embedded in its various articles. And we hope people will send that pledge of support for Constitution Day, September 17th, to constitutionpledge.com. It's quite remarkable how we have holidays in our country that are commercialized and corporatized. Memorial Day is commercialized. The 4th of July, our Independence Day, is commercialized. Even Labor Day is commercialized. We must have one day where we shuck aside the sales by used car dealers or furniture sellers and focus seriously on what is happening to our country and how our country's democracy is being destroyed on the installment plan at an accelerated level. And I'm very proud that we today have put aside our disagreements on other issues like health and safety regulation and focused on these 4 fundamental subjects, which we hope will be discussed with increasing intensity in all our campaigns in the coming weeks to November 4th and then beyond. Thank you.